turn to bridges. On Tuesday, the 7th of February 1989, the Waterloo Bridge carrying the line from Inverness to the far north lines to Kyle of Lochhalsh and Wick and Thurso was washed away after heavy overnight flooding. As this was the only link to the two long far north lines, it effectively created an independent system on the other side. This was the scene where Waterloo Bridge had been a week earlier. Inverness Station was now the terminus for rail and bus services. We asked the station master, Roderick Reed, to describe the events of the previous week to us.
At approximately 8:30 in the morning, we received word that during severe flooding of the River Ness, the two spans of the Ness Railway Highland had been washed away. The bridge actually collapsed in 3 different stages. Tuesday morning at 8:30, the central pier and 2 spans were washed away by the River Ness. This left the railway track suspended above the river. That evening, a further 2 spans were washed away and the track collapsed into the river, but still held on at either end to the existing railway track. It was the following day that the engineers finally went out and managed to cut the track and let it drop into the river. As soon as we dealt with the immediate safety problems, we turned our attention to how we were going to continue running train services north of the river. Fortunately, we had 4 sets of coaches and 6 locomotives trapped north of the river, so we were able to continue running the northern service between Dingwall and Kyle of Lochhalsh and between Dingwall and Thurso and Wick.
At first it was intended to use Muir of Ord as the maintenance and stabling point, but it was subsequently decided to install lifting equipment at Dingwall, where a suitable bay was available. BR's commitment to the far north lines was reinforced by the decision to continue with the sprinterization of the lines, bringing in 6 Class 156 units by road. For the foreseeable future, buses are to be used to maintain connections at Dingwall from Inverness. Because the road route is so much shorter, normal timetables can be maintained. All far north trains starting and terminating at Dingwall. The only station to lose its services is Muir of Ord, which is now closed until the bridge is replaced. Six Class 37s and 4 coach sets were marooned, but this allows a full service to be run in the intermediate period. The sprinters were due to take over at the end of March, so the locos in stock would not have an extended period of duty. In addition to 37419 seen here, 414 to 417 inclusive and 421 were involved. With the Wick and Thurso train out of the way, the points could be changed to allow the Kyle train out. Clipping wasn't used for the first few weeks, but had been started the week before our visit. Scotrail suffered a further washout in early March, when a culvert on the West Highland line was swept away on the southern edge of Rannoch Moor, about 10 miles north of Bridge of Orchy Station. A very rapid response by the engineers resulted in a new formation, but the Fort William freight had been derailed after the track was swept away, and the new formation was slewed round the tankers still awaiting recovery. One of the Class 156s which were introduced to the route from the 23rd of January cautiously negotiates the site on a southbound working.